Hi, if it's your first time to watch me on my channel, this is Pang Canadian, and I am a Filipino who migrated to Canada almost 9 years ago. And today, I'm gonna share to you what are the very big differences between living in Canada and living in the Philippines. Culture shock, as you might say. Number one is the weather. Back home, you don't check the weather. You just go out and you know that it's gonna be sunny. You don't change your attire when it's gonna rain. You still wear the same clothes, but of course you'll bring an umbrella. Here you don't. You have to check the weather. Is it gonna snow today? Is it gonna rain today? Is it really very hot today? Because you wanna be dressed appropriately. Like, are you wearing the correct shoes? Is your boots warm enough when there's gonna be a snowstorm? Is your sandal be good enough when it's very hot or rainy weather? So all those actually you need to check. And you don't just check the temperature. Often when it's winter or when it's a colder season, you check the wind chill. The wind chill is the killer. It is brutal sometimes. Number two, the price tags that you see here do not include the tax. In the Philippines, you'll see the menu boards, the grocery shelves would have the correct price tag. It would already incorporate with it the tax. Here, no. I asked before, because my first job was in retail, I asked before, why don't we put the tax instead? Because apparently the First Nations, they don't pay tax. So the price that you see in every province does not have tax. You just add the tax that is appropriate to your province or that is appropriate to what you're buying, because fresh produce do not have tax, but cooked meals do have taxes. So you see the difference? It's quite confusing because when I came here, I was accustomed to seeing things like, okay, I'm going to pay exactly $10. I'm going to pay exactly $1. But no, that's wrong. You have to compute times 0.13 to that. So yeah, you have to do at least a little math. Number three, checking account and savings account. In the Philippines, everything that goes to our bank account is in our savings account. And when we withdraw from the savings account. Checking account, we only use it for bigger transactions, like you're paying up a loan for a house, you're paying up a loan for a car. So those are your checking transactions. Here, nope, nope, nope. You use your savings account for savings. Every time when you transact using your savings account, you actually get a transaction fee. So the less you touch your savings, the better. All your transactions should be on your checking account. Make sense? That's why on my first few transactions here, I think I did a few because I chose savings account and I was deducted $2 each for that transaction. And I didn't know. Savings here is for savings. You're not supposed to touch it. Checking is the one that you're gonna use for all your transactions, even if it's just for $1, for a 50-cent transaction. You're just buying like what, bottled water, use checking account. So we're into the financial services. Number four, Canada is becoming a cashless based society. I don't have any cash in my wallet. If anybody asks me for a contribution in the office, I'd say I pay you up the next day, or I do an interact transfer. Bank to bank transfer, even if it's just $1. I don't have cash in my wallet here. But back home, nope. You have to have cash in your wallet. You can't survive, you can't go home if you don't have cash in your wallet. See the disparity, see the difference? Number 5. In the Philippines, you have available mode of transit to every nook, every location that you want to go to. Example, you want to go to a certain community or a certain barangay in mountainous area. You just get a habal-habal driver to bring you there. Habal-habal, by the way, it's a mode of transportation that uses a motorcycle. You basically ride at the back of the motorcycle driver, and motorcycle driver brings you to your destination. So that's a habal-habal driver. So that gets you to any location you want. Here, if you're in Canada and you don't live in the bigger cities, you need your own car, especially when it's winter. When we went to Ottawa, there was no Uber that you can rent out. So that means you really have to have your own car if you're living far outside of that city. We're just lucky that me and my husband live in Toronto, and the buses, the subway rides are pretty dependable. We get, though sometimes they break down, but still we get to go home because there's always an alternative transportation. But if you live far outside of Toronto, far outside of Vancouver, lucky for you if there's still a mode of public transit. So you really need to have your own car. Number 6, small talks. This took a while for me to adjust. I am not accustomed to small talks. Like, I don't usually open up to people I don't know. I don't talk to strangers that often. If you do number 1, check the weather, you can do small talks. The weather is a very good conversational piece here. It's like, how did you commute last night? How was your commute last night? Did you have any problems with the snow? Oh, it's freezing here. It's gonna be warm today. The sun's gorgeous. So all those small talks, yeah, it would work. Like, I usually go down at a certain hour before when I was commuting. And this certain lady takes the elevator together with me often. So you get to converse. Oh, you know what? It took me 3 hours to get home last night because of this and that. Or today's going to be gorgeous. You should go out. So all those small talks really work. In the Philippines, no. You don't talk to strangers. You don't even say good morning, hello when you walk along the streets. You don't. Next, your position doesn't equate to a bigger salary here. You can be a window cleaner, you can be a construction worker, you can be a janitor, but you earn much more than the person behind a computer, than a person inside an office. An admin work and office work may just be paid $15 an hour, but the one who's cleaning your washrooms are paid like $20 an hour. The one who's cleaning your windows are paid $70 an hour. The one who's doing construction are paid $30 an hour. So don't think that you're wearing glamorous clothes, you're earning big income. It depends on your skills, really. You just need to maximize your potential and look where your skills are good at. Another one is bless you. During my first few weeks in the office, when somebody sneezes, everybody says, like in a chorus, everybody says in a chorus, bless you. And it would take me like, what, a minute or two to say, oh, bless you. In the Philippines, we're not quick to say bless you when somebody sneezes. Really, it took me, I think, 2 years to be like at par with everybody saying bless you. So when somebody sneezes here, they're very quick to say bless you. When somebody sneezes in the Philippines, it's like crickets. Nobody does something. Of course, somebody might remember saying bless you, but no, not that often. Another one is no drinking in public. No drinking in public here, guys. In the Philippines, every esquinita, you can get a drink from that sari-sari store. An alcoholic drink from that sari-sari store. Drinking of alcohol in public here, guys, it's banned in parks, in beaches. You can drink it inside your place, inside a house, in the backyard of somebody's house, in your backyard, but not in beaches and parks. You can drink it inside a cinema. You can drink it inside a sports arena, but not in public open space. In the Philippines, you get a Red Horse in the next corner or in your next door neighbor's sari-sari store or anywhere else. You can drink in the beach, you can drink in the park, nobody can reprimand you. Here, no, you can't do that here. Sad, but I'm okay. I don't drink anyway. And the last one, they support local. When I first came here and I went inside a grocery, I would hear some people ask, is this made in Canada? Is this, I want something that's made in Canada. So even if they're inside a grocery, they check. Or they go to a mom and pop store and support local. In the Philippines, we bow down to imported products. Sad to say, but yes, it's true. We undermine our own products. Here, especially during the pandemic, I can hear people say, I want to buy Canadian stocks because I want to help these Canadian companies. Or I'm buying takeout tonight because I want to support this local restaurant. And people love our Harveys here, aside from Harveys being good, but it's Canadian. People love the Tim Hortons here because it's Canadian. So that's the differences that I see living in the Philippines and living here in Canada. Hope you learn from it. Number 6,